So, hi everybody and welcome back. This is Unreal Engine 5 overview for absolute beginners, and in this video, which is number 36, I think. Yes, and in this video, we are talking about the new level in Unreal Engine 5. Let's open it up. So I go here on File, and then in New Level, now we can choose called open world empty or with a with a map on it. Let's do it and we will talk about it. So I click, no, I don't click on it. I have already made it. You click on it and it will be the same. I have already, oops, my content drawer. I have already opened and saved one of this open worlds here, map open world. I click on this one and yes, save selected. Okay. And then you will have a map who looks like this. And now we are going to talk about this. What is that and for what is that? First of all, let's go here. This open world, which you see here, the name says it already. It is a map, but made for open worlds. And when you hear the name open world, it means most time very, very, very big, large maps. And there the technique of smaller maps doesn't work anymore. And what I mean with that is you go from one, let's go here. Let's say you go from this section to this section far away here. Then we need to load all the assets which is here before let's say I made a little bit strange example. You see this box here, right? This is, let's say, one partition, and when I go to the other place here, between this one we have to make sure that all the assets which is here in the next partition are loaded before my character reach this place. And that was the structure in general before UE5. In every game it was called then something like world competition, and then in a world competition you streamed then while you are walking here all the assets in it. And actually this open world what we have here now is doing the same, and it is called world partition. But what is then the difference here? Why they doing the same thing, let's say almost the same thing, and created this system and not keep just the old system with the streaming level? The problem was there, what I understand so far, there was a big problem with a teamwork. So what I mean with that, what is a teamwork? So let's say you have a team who are of designers, level designers, and so on. They are working on this big map, which you can see here, for example, right? Here we have a section here. One designer is working here. The other designer, let's say, is working here on anything. And the next designer is working here. So let's say you have here these three designers. The problem was, if one of these designers was starting their working on this section, the other designers could not access this map here. That was a big problem because this was, yeah, that was the main problem why they changed the system here. So what they did is, if a designer is working on this part, the other designer loaded on his machine this part, they can now work simultaneously at the same time on this map. So one can create here a design for mountains, the other one can create here, I don't know, something like forests and so on. At the same time, the important thing is at the same time, because that was not possible before. And how they do this was most time, there is a source control. That's very important too, working in a team. And they can make use of this one with the source control. For example, he is changing here, save it, it goes to the source control, and he is doing that here. It goes to the sales control, and he knows exactly what the other one did here through the source control. So that is one major thing which changed. It is a normally these open worlds, they are working really bigger teams, not smaller teams, but of course one man can work too. He would not have this problem because he is alone. But if you are working with a friend or with a team, or then you have this problem that only one could work on this big map, and that is an absolute waste of time, I would say. And that's the reason why they changed this one. The next thing what they changed here is also what was the next big thing? Yeah, the load of assets and unload of assets. What I mean with that is now you can, for example, we have selected this area again, and let's say there are many assets in it. Then you can load these assets, particularly only here, and all other assets are still there, and load it again if you need. Here is the, let me switch here to this one. This is the official video for this system, and he is demonstrating here something very interesting. And this is the Valley of the Ancient demo, which you can download from Epic for free and test it out on your machine, but I don't have it right now. And what I want to show you is this new system with load and unload. Here first you have this scene here, this desert scene. She is going here, will touch now this dark sphere, or what this is, and then the whole scene is unloaded and changed to a darker theme. And that I mean, you can now load the same place, many assets almost instantly, and bring back another scene when you have other assets there who are prepared for that. And in this case, let me click here, she goes here,
is unloaded,
and
keep your eye
she
on the top
touches,
right as the
and now
is happening. And you'll notice that the
and
campfire
here
and
comes
place
here in a
level
flash,
becomes
and now
unloaded,
what you see is,
and the dark world becomes,
and this one appears at the same place. So this is not loading a new map, what are normal. So let's say a little a smaller team would make here something like that, when she touched, for example, the sphere, we open a new map and then load all the assets. No, they change not the world. They have still the same big world here. They have just unloaded the assets and loaded new assets at the same place. She still stays there where she is. This is also a big feature in this world partition streaming. You can now load and unload these assets which you predefined in data layers, which is also fantastic. So, and there are much more technical things to which is shown here with instances, which I will make here a reference to this video where you can watch the original version, but this one is more for details. He's explaining it very good. But for our case, what is the thing what we get as a normal user? We as a normal user have just to know, let's say if you are a starter, this one is not really for a starter, I would say. It's more for people who already have teams for bigger groups, and they working on a big map, and they have to think about this very carefully. And here one more note. There was, I said, in Unreal Engine 4 world competition, and this one is world partition. In Unreal Engine 5 there is still world competition, so you can still use that and this new system, and you can try out which is better. But this one, what I have here, is not the final release. This is Unreal Engine 5 Preview 2. Unreal Engine 5 will be released in some months, and then we know what happens with this. So that said, let me give one more note for the normal user. The normal user will, if he is going to create a bigger map, use perhaps world competition, perhaps world, and then you can decide here also if you go for world competition or world partition. You will not have a benefit as a solo dev, where if you are not a big, let's say not a big benefit from the split screen system, split system, what I explained before. You can work with different designers, but the interesting is later with this loading and unloading data layers for assets, what I said. This can be interesting, and yeah, we have to test this out. And I will probably, when I make a big map like that, right now I'm concentrating in more smaller maps, but yeah, I will link this video here in my description, and I think I stop it here, and this will be interesting too, to see what we can produce. And with that, bye for now, and in the next we will talk, let's see. Bye.